Why are airlines painting their planes instead of just polishing them like they used to? All airlines obsess about saving weight. In fact, just using lighter paper in the in-flight magazines can save tons of fuel per month over a fleet of hundreds of aircraft. So why then bother with painting the planes? Older airline liveries were often just polished aircraft sporting natural aluminium with paint used only on the tail, the airline's logo and maybe a stripe or two. And that's something that should save loads of weight, right? Well, the answer to that is yeah, absolutely. Boeing estimates that a 737-700 with a polished finish and only painted logos and markings would only need about 11.3 kilos of paint, compared to around 81 kilos for a fully painted jet. So why then carry those extra 70 kilos of paint? Well, as it turns out, even though that weight means a slightly higher fuel cost, only using a polished finish would cost even more, due to maintenance. You see, the unpainted surface of polished airliners is much more sensitive to corrosion, meaning that unpainted jets needs to be washed, inspected, buffed and repolished 3 times per year. And doing that is so time-consuming that it can't just be done overnight, which means that the airlines will then lose even more money by having to take the planes out of service. By comparison, painted jets only needs to be repainted every 4 to 5 years or so, which is of course much more reasonable. But having said that, that extra cost was still small enough that American Airlines and 1 or 2 others still stuck with it until surprisingly recently, just for the sake of brand identity. But then another factor came along which finally killed the polished finish altogether: composite materials. Modern jets like the Boeing 787 and the Airbus A350 have composite fuselages, which obviously can't be polished. And it doesn't really make any sense to have one livery for metal planes and another one for composite ones. So, as cool as they look, polished aluminium airliners are likely not coming back anytime soon. Now, what polished aircraft finishes do you remember? Let me know in the comments here below, and also ask me if you have any other aviation related questions.